like
it either.
the talk part. It's picture part.
Okay, good morning, Peggy.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is October 4th, 2007, and we're here at the home of Mike and Julie Tice in Marinesco. And Marinesco, of course, is only a short distance away from Presque Isle, and we're here because we're interviewing Mike and Julie. Mike actually was born in Presque Isle, and he has a long history and connection with our town. And we'll be talking with him this morning and getting his story on DVD. So, Mike, you were actually, well, you know, I think you might be the first person we've talked to that was actually born in Presque Isle. And,
The first?
well, it could be. I'm not certain about that, but we'll have to go back over. There are many people that came there early on in their years, but at the moment I can't think of anyone who was actually born there. And you're telling us that the actual house that you were born in is still standing.
Yep. Yeah, Mrs. Gascoigne owned it. I don't know who owns it now. Is she still there?
No, Margaret Gascoigne passed away, oh boy, maybe 5-6 years ago, but I do believe it's still in her family. Right, and that's on Main Street.
Yep.
And Main Street must have looked quite a bit different then.
Well, yeah, it had the old wooden sidewalks then.
So can I ask you a personal question? When you said you were born in Presque Isle, what
Yep.
era are we talking about?
1941.
Okay, so that would have been well after the sawmill was gone,
Yep.
right?
It was gone. See, I don't remember nothing about the mill. You know.
But what did the town look like then?
Basically, there was a lot more buildings there than there is now, but actually it looked kind of the same, except, you know, down where the bank is, that was full of houses down in the hollow there.
Really?
And then across the road where the post office is, there was houses over there. And then, of course, the lure was where the restaurant is, and there was an old town garage back of the lure down that little short street there.
What was the lure?
That was a restaurant.
Okay.
And
Well, they had
sporting
a cafe and
goods.
sporting goods and things.
Knickknacks.
It was a long, narrow building, and it had several different sections to it. But
And that faced on Main
Yeah.
Street.
was
Yep.
that Laverne Merrick's?
No, that was
Jack Long.
Jack Long's built
Oh,
that.
Jack Long.
They were
built it.
from Kansas.
Jack Long?
Yep. Jack and Marie Long had that.
Yeah. Okay. I think possibly after they sold it, it might have been that Laverne's, but I'm
Yeah,
not certain.
Laverne bought it.
Yeah.
Laverne bought it.
Laverne's bought it, and then, of course, where the old grocery store burned down, Spencer's owned that when we were there. And then Mashke's owned it, and then they sold it to her dad.
The grocery store.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's right. And Julie is, your maiden name was Russell,
Right.
correct? And so your father bought that grocery store then?
Yeah.
In what year would that have been?
It was either 59 or 60.
And that would be Roy Russell,
Right.
who was just an icon in the town. Wonderful man, and your mom too did so many wonderful things
Yeah.
for the town, and the Lions
The
Club
Lions was his life.
was his life. Yes, I remember. that.
Were you a full-time resident then when you're?
For the first year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the store was family run, and I was out of school, and I remember we opened at 8 in the morning, and we're open till, when we first started, 10 at night. In the
Oh,
winter,
my.
that got really long, and I read a lot of books, but 'cause
Sure.
that was before the snowmobilers.
So what years would that have been?
Let's see, we were married at 63. Probably the end of 61 till toward the end of 63.
And what was the name of the store?
Russ's Market, I believe.
Russ's Market?
Yeah. And then it went to Russ's Red Owl, because when he first came, there was another Red Owl, and after they closed, then he got the franchise, I guess.
And was your dad's store the one that was eventually Curly's Red Owl?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. When we were there, there was living space on there, and then after he sold it, I think it was the next people that enlarged it.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Back to Mike for a minute. What was it like growing up in Presque Isle? Where did you go to school?
Well, we went to school in the little school up there.
Yeah. That was built at that time then?
Oh, yeah.
The, the one that actually was torn down
Yep,
not too
that's
many
the one.
years ago.
Yep,
And it was located where?
right where the
Right where the
Historical
heritage,
Society
right where the
Yeah.
heritage building is.
Okay.
yeah, I can, that
Mhm.
building there.
That
Well,
was on-
Gladys Hill was one of our teachers, you know,
Okay.
later on.
Mhm.
And you started there in elementary school then?
Yep, yep,
Uh-huh.
Did you continue all through the grades there?
yep,
And you graduated then
yeah.
no,
Well,
not
then
there.
it come over here.
to Marinesco?
Yeah, see, they always finished their last 4 years here.
So you went to high school in Marinesco?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
By bus?
Oh, yeah. Frank Jericho was our bus driver. Old Frank, senior.
Frank the First.
Frank the First. Had a lot of fun with that guy.
Yeah. Right. What did your parents do in?
My dad worked for the mill, you know, over here.
Oh, in Marinesco?
Yeah, a lot of the guys worked at the sawmill here, you know.
Mhm.
He retired from there, and my ma, she used to wait table and that at Skyview, and she worked at
Was it called Skyview
Hodges.
then?
Years ago, it was Hodges, down, you know where the cemetery is? There was an old restaurant there.
Where the cemetery is now?
No, it's, you take that road, Old
Riverside?
W.
Yeah, the old part, what goes along, what's called Riverside now?
No,
No,
that's a
not that
different one.
Oh,
See, there
okay.
was another restaurant. If you come out of the Bayview Lodge Road and go right straight across W, that
yeah.
little gravel road,
Right.
you'd come right into it on Old W. There was a
Oh.
restaurant there called Bert Hodges.
Bert
Bert
Hodges.
and Madeline.
Hodges.
They used to have one of the best fish fries there years ago.
Oh my goodness sake. You know, we just had a very severe a fire over there, right in
Yeah.
that area. Yeah, this summer. It started up pretty good. It was going it started up from just a spark going.
Hmm.
And that must be right at that area. So that would be at the intersection of Bayview Road and Old W.
Right.
Okay.
That's where it comes across. And
So
that,
Bert and Madeline Hodges, that's what, your mother was a waitress there.
Yep.
And she also worked sometimes at the Skyview.
Yeah,
There were other
Skyview, and
places,
she used to work at Bayview Lodge years ago.
Okay.
Worked at Olson's too for a while.
And Olson's
When we
Bar,
first got
yes.
together.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the goose is now.
Olson's Bar
It's
would-
where the Wild Goose
Yep.
used to be.
Right, and now it's the retreat.
And now it's the retreat.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
they
That's a good
built that,
history.
and I would think in 57 or 58, something like that.
The Olsons did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 7 or 58. Yeah, Mary would be the one to talk
Yes,
about that too.
Mary.
Mary Olson.
Mary can remember.
I
a lot.
understand she was a wonderful cook too.
She was. She was
Particularly
excellent.
wild game,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah,
So.
she was good. Yeah,
And
they
so
had
your
good
dad
food.
made the trip up to Marinesco every day to work in the mill
Yep.
here.
See, Mylan McKenzie had, he had an old pickup. He always pretty new, and he had this big box on the back with benches in it, and them guys used to ride in it.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
That was the bus.
Yeah, my dad, he was kind of a senior guy, so he got in the front seat most of the time.
That's pretty good.
It was kind of like their bus, yeah.
Had your dad worked in the mill in Presque Isle before it closed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he did that kind of work all his life.
Yep. Well, that
About
and
the time
guiding
with
and
war.
then,
When we went to, when you guys went to
well,
someplace.
we went down to,
Baraboo.
like the Walpaca Baraboo area for a while in the war, when the war was on. I can barely remember that. Put me in a daycare center and I was crying, I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah.
That was
were
during the
little.
Second World War. That
Yeah.
would be Second World War. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they worked at the powder plant down there for a while.
Oh.
It didn't last long because none of the kids liked it, so.
Really?
They wanted to come back home.
Yeah, and I don't think they liked it neither. It was a job, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember then when you came back here after the war? By then you might have been old enough to remember. Do you remember there was a pretty tough life? Did your mom and dad have a pretty
Well,
tough
us
life?
kids, I don't know, we seem to always have, you know, pretty much, they always worked pretty good, you know.
Yeah. What did you do for fun?
Oh. We swam all summer. Honest to God, we were in that river in back of the old place, down back of the standard station where it dumps into the rearing pond.
Right.
That was our swimming hole.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then skated and skied all winter and slid, you know.
Toboggan.
Well, that Boy Scout hill there on the toboggan, you know, across from the standard station, the big one that goes up.
Right. Oh yes.
We-
Do you know where that is, Peggy?
That's
The-
right next to my
Right
office.
next
That
to
would
your
be
office, the
where
big hill.
Christensen,
Right,
Elmer
where
Christensen
Christensen
lived up there, and his nephew has it now.
You called it Boy Scout Hill.
Boy Scout Hill, that's what we called it.
Uh-huh.
And what other businesses were in town at that time? You had the grocery store. You had two grocery stores. I
Then you
guess.
had the hardware. You had the hardware where Dave Zastro's got that sporting goods thing. There was a hardware store there. And it was called Steve Novak's. Novak's Hardware. He used to do a lot of caretaking on Crab Lake and stuff. And then he had a gas business, Skill Gas.
Okay.
And yeah, we used to go in there. He was quite a guy, him and Lonnie. He was the guy with the first TV in town.
Really?
Yes. Well, you should have seen the customers he got. He never had much businesses, don't seem like that.
They came in
That-
to watch TV.
Well, at nighttime, oh yeah.
Really?
Us kids were peeking through the window. Hey, come on in, he'd always tell us. So the whole place would be lined. Yeah, he had one of the first TVs that I can remember in that town.
Would that be the Steve Novak who was also a carpenter who built?
I think he was,
He was
yeah.
a friend of Chet's.
Yes, he was.
And he
Yeah.
built a cabin on State Line. He had a cabin
Yeah.
on State Line Lake
Mhm.
Road.
Yeah.
I actually met him.
Mhm.
He also had a little place, some property up on Moraine Lake.
Oh, not that one.
Not
No,
that one, different
no.
Steve Novak.
That's Steve Blaz.
Oh,
you're
you're right.
thinking about.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know a little Steve. Yeah.
Okay, that's different. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Sorry.
No, I think this guy, he's been dead for years now.
Okay.
Well, did he sell that to Grams?
No, Graham's was where the hardware is now, where Chet and Arliss had.
Okay.
You know, that was
that
Graham's.
Graham's.
That was right next door to our place, see.
And what kind of business was that?
That was a hardware.
Hardware also? You had
We'll
two
see how-
hardwares, huh?
Well, Steve and them were kinda, I think, closed when this other one started.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, that was back in the 50s. Both. In fact, the Skyview, I'm trying to think, when Burdick's had it, were built about at the same time. You
Were
know.
Burdick's the one who moved the Skyview up on the hill there?
Oh, I thought that was built. You asked Chet,
was
but I
built.
think it was
Okay.
built because the old building stayed down there by the riverside.
Yes.
That burnt down, you know.
Yeah, it kind of collapsed.
Yep.
Didn't it? Was
I
it
can
good?
remember us kids used to walk out to the dump and that. I don't know what we were looking for, but there was no windows in there. We'd be looking in there when they were building that Skyview.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the dump down there at that time too?
Oh yeah.
Down near Riverside there,
Yeah.
yeah, because I can see.
Well, no, not there.
Not right
It was down where the transfer station is now.
Okay.
First, it was in town. Now, you know where Penny Hartman used to live?
Right.
Well, where it comes to that Y there was a dump on the left. In fact, years ago, the rats were in town. Honest to God.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
and big rats.
oh my goodness.
Wow.
Because they had that dump in town,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. And everybody had outside outhouses. There was no
Yeah.
running water then, because we used to have to go to the town pump
Oh.
to get it. You know where that is? Was?
The town pump, no I don't know.
Okay, you know where